Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. It's Paula here with Paula's Imperfect Plans, and I'm here to set up my Wonderland 222 A5 planner. And so in here you're going to get some detail about, so I've been in my Hobonichi Cousin for the first 4.5 months of the year. I've just been really disappointed in the paper, and several months in and I'm like, okay, it's finally irritating me enough. I did lots of planning. I went back and forth between this and another brand. I did an impulse buy because I waited and I added it to the cart a few times, and I checked out other options, and I waited until I had enough cash between my spending money in the plan and budget envelope and all the things. So I was proud of myself on that. And I'm okay with deciding that I need to do something, or that I just want to do something different at this point. So that is where I landed with that. I am excited, and just kind of going back through the Wonderland 222 as I was watching videos, trying to prepare and deciding what all I was going to do here. It doesn't lay super flat from jump, so it'll take a little bit of training, which doesn't really bother me. I want to see, I wonder if I can actually do this while people are watching. So while I'm like on video. So I've been doing these kind of like a highlights collage or what have you for the year. Oh, I even like sized these and they're not as big as I wanted them to be. That's okay. I have printed them off. They go in my like monthly page in my journal, my Techo. And then I was putting a bigger version in this that kind of ended up just sort of being I don't know, whatever it ended up being. But I decided, that I'm going to put them in here because this has a review and an overview. And I currently use like the main page in my Hobonichi, in my Cousin. I do on that page. Well, because this has a review and an overview, I will be able to do goals on my overview upcoming and still put my memories here on the review page. Well, that is not working how I wanted it to. I can do it like perfectly when no one is watching. Why is that my life? Okay, so that didn't work at all, but these are not pages that I actively need currently because this month is way past. I am going to do this very differently. Okay, then we have February memories. Probably shouldn't have done that either. But alas, here we are. That's much better. Okay, February. I don't know how much back planning I'll do because there's some information that I do like to have. I don't feel the need to like go in and plan my weeks or anything, but there's some information that I track. Like, so we've started farming, we're doing the things, right? And he came home the other night and he told me what he had done, and I wrote it in my planner because I like to know, for looking back for memory purposes, when we planted, what we planted, when we worked ground, when we sprayed, what fields, where did we start, all of the things. And well, that's a little crooked, but And so he came in the other day and he goes, "Are you writing down all your stuff?" I said, "Yep." And he goes, "Good, because I am not." So I like to track that from year to year. Sometimes we need the information. Sometimes we just want it. There are some things we have to report. Dates that we planted, different fields and different crops for crop insurance. So we have to report that to our insurance agent. So like those things we need to know. I always like to know just to keep track. I think it's interesting to see, first of all, from year to year, we are changing. You know, we've sort of gained ground or whatever, and now we're sort of farming with or helping out a coworker of his. So we kind of go back and forth between his field and ours and exchange labor. And, but when are we there? How much time are we spending in different tasks? I keep track of that in here by different colors. So I'm going to transfer that stuff over to here so that we have it. I actually think, yeah, this is going to be for our current year. This is where I'm going to do the farm stuff. So by color, the different things that we're doing. And then I have room down here to put notes, right? So like today, like yesterday, he did, the friend did tillage in one field while my husband planted another. So, you know, I'll put the 2 colored dots in that day. And then down here, I can write notes for what that actually means or what fields we were actually in. And today we're planting 2 different fields, that kind of thing. So the dots, the colors tell me what kind of work we're doing, but the notes down below will tell me other things. I'm not sure on this yet. I always do like paydays and holidays, but I never use it. So like I never refer back to it. I said I'm doing this for social media and I have been using, I haven't done an update or anything, but I have been using my social media planner to do lists on the random days and the whatever, but it's only 6 months. So it only goes through June anyway. So I thought if I can incorporate that into this book, then I will not need to do anything different, which is cool. Okay, so I got those in. So I thought about getting like some month scripts and just putting those on the side. This is this week. I even put it down in like erasable pen so that if I decided I hated the way that it looked, I could move it around. So I've got this. And I'm going to change the way that it looks. Oops, that's another invitation that we don't need to see. So I've got the annual goals thing that I did here. And I can definitely take that and put it, or the same information, and move it over. You know, I was just thinking like to maybe one of the earlier pages, have an index and stuff that I don't use for their purpose. And then when I reflect on my goals each month, not reflect, but like pick what I need to be doing from those goals, that can go in this area. I sort of have it in my head here that I need to like go do something, like buy some stickers. I actually got some birthday money that I wouldn't say that I wasn't planning on getting it because I've gotten it the last several years, so there'd be no reason for me not to, but it's nothing that I ever count on. But it's birthday money from somebody. And so I was like, well, I might actually use that just to buy like fun stuff that I would like to buy. And then I had just because I don't get to use these stickers very often, so Friday the 11th was that home girl. So why am I not working in the current month? I got sidetracked when I saw the hair appointment stickers. Like, ooh, that's something that I know I had recently that we can do fun stuff with. Okay, do I have any birthday stickers? As I'm pretty sure I've shared on our the budgeting, in a budgeting video, May is a magic month, so it's gonna get 3 pay icons there. And our May birthdays for the people that I track closely enough for them to end up in my planner anyway. Just gonna put this little guy in here, as this is the day I got this planner. I don't know why. Seemed like a good idea. I don't have a better reason than that. And I thought about, so I was just kind of trying to look at what some of the things are that people use these pages for. I don't use like the index or the key or anything like that. So I was a little bit, you know, just trying to figure out what else I would put in here. And in these front pages, and I saw that somebody set up like a, you know, divided it into 6 boxes per page and had, like Erin Condren does, that has like the monthly whatever at the beginning, highlight of a month, or but like an option for their monthly box. I don't even know if they put the month on it, but there's 12 of them. So that's, to me, that's what it's implying. I have some reference pages that I don't share. I will probably duplicate those in some variety and put, duplicate those in some variety and put them in here. What else do I have at the beginning? I have a mood log that I've not followed through on, so I know where I stand with that. Pictures, stickers, okay. And then just monthly, okay. So that's kind of what I have for now. I will maybe be working on some plan with me's in here. I'm not very good at doing that because honestly, I don't sit down and plan that way often. I kind of wanted to see how often I was getting gas in my Suburban. I filled up this morning. That's why this is on my mind. So I kind of want to see how often I have to get gas. Oh, and I have month stickers too. Do I have any of these? Aren't very big though. And I can't print out anymore. I mean, I can print out more, but I have to cut them out by hand because my Cricut decided it's not connecting to my phone anymore. Just up and decided it was done with that particular job of its. So, ooh, I do know what I had been doing. And then I think I'm going to get some decent sized script stickers to put here. I'm just going to measure this because, yeah, I don't like time. Like, I want the sticker to be nice and large across here. Okay. And then if I have things scheduled, which I don't, because I don't ever have things scheduled, I just absolutely fly literally by the seat of my pants all of the time, which is funny because I'm such a planner, but that's not saying that those things actually happen and work out. Like, I wouldn't say that at all. Okay, so I got a pedicure that day for my birthday. What else have we done? Not much. Ooh, do I have anything that looks like swimming? I would not begrudge anyone if they were gone, if they had not stuck around. If they were no longer present for this particular demonstration, because it's so random. Anything here that looks like swimming? No. Okay. Kiddos have swimming lessons. And sometimes I feel like I'm duplicating things. And like stuff that's on the monthly is like paydays, birthdays, holidays, no school days, days off, that kind of thing. So I don't typically, you know, it's sort of one-offs. So like I wouldn't necessarily put that swimming lessons on there because I really don't need to duplicate that. from the weekly, because I put that in the weekly hourly. I don't necessarily need to know, but I might know that swimming lessons started this day and they end this day, right? Sometimes I go in and I put all that stuff on the monthly because as much as I like it, so when I'm looking at my week, that's what's happening in the here and now and everywhere I need to be. But if I'm looking back to reference what happened, that is when I'm going to look more at my monthly and see at a glance, did we have a doctor's appointment this month, right? I'm not going to go to the weekly and look for that. If I want to look kind of retroactively at what we did, look back for reference, that's when I'm going to see what happened. So I'm going to add, you know, and a lot of it, so like I set it up ahead of time and it looks like this for any given month. But then after the pen, it looks like this. And I added birthday parties and I added plasmas and dentist appointments and my kids serving mass and a basketball game and kindergarten open house and the day we got the dog and when I filed taxes and conferences and date night and kiddo had a birthday party for a school friend and kids out early. You know, like we got out early because of the weather that day, right? Like that's the kind of stuff that I come back in, you know, after the pen. Like that's when it gets messy because I'm not, you know, I might sit here and sticker it up to begin with, but then when I'm out doing the things, like I'm just writing in it with pen and that's what you get. It's going to be different to not go when I'm focusing on monthlies, to not go from monthly to monthly. I'm going to have to really look at what I'm doing. So let's do that. And I will put meeting. We've got okay, now let's look how much, there's just not very much that's coming through, which is beautiful. And so those are the swimming lesson days. I'll write that in there. That day and that day. Okay. This is a different one. Are we going to put these on the monthlies? Probably. Okay. Well, I don't have all of them though. Some of them got used. Mother's Day. Mother's Day, and then Father's Day. I like to give it as much room as I can. I don't want to be crowding. All right, it's November. Black Friday. Otherwise, big fan of these guys. I am going to go through and I think what happened was because I started my cousin in December. Nope. I didn't use it there. I don't know. I used the December. I don't have the Christmas ones in here, so it's just going to get the ones I do have, which is okay. Which is like all of them until then, so I don't know. It's too late in the day for me to think things. Like I'm not there really. Okay. And then when was, did I go past it? Ash Wednesday? That's how I know when Mardi Gras is because it's the day before Ash Wednesday. Valentine's Day. Oops, oops, oops. Okay, and then we have our New Year's lady here. This is December though. I don't want December. I want January. Oops. Struggling here. You know, we had Pajama Day not that long ago, so I need to find a use for this. What day was Pajama Day? Okay, do I have a muffin or a donut? Alright, so I wanted to come in here and show you what I have set up. I spent kind of my weekend going through and setting up more in here. I actually put the cover on it that I got from Paperbound Creations, and it was made specifically for my Hobonichi cousin, and it fits very well. But when I have this cover on it, it doesn't then fit in here. And as much as I kind of just like this, I like that this has extra pockets. I shove receipts and notes and stuff that I need to keep for the short term in there. It also has the pen loop, like it just has a bunch of stuff that I do enjoy having access to. So I am actually going to pull it back out of this. Got some invitations and stuff in there. And I was just going to do a flip through and show you what I ended up kind of doing. One thing that I didn't show because I didn't do an actual unboxing. I've seen a couple other people do this. This is what came with it in Wonderland 222. So it has kind of the typical, you know, thank you for your purchase and the information about, you know, all of their socials and sharing that stuff. And then this is actually, I've never seen this before. This is a eco-friendly packaging. So this card is infused with wildflower and herb seeds and is compostable. So you can plant it. So I'm excited to actually take this out and find a place. Eden Restoration Project Partnership. Anyway, super cool. Anyway, so I thought I would just walk through a little bit. I transferred some stickers and got a new sticker in the mail. And printed off some stickers of my own. I did a version of my kind of vision board. This is a freebie from Plan with B. Then I have three pages in here that are just kind of reference pages of private sorts of information. And then, actually haven't set up yet because I bought, when I was purchasing some stickers, that was from a shop that had a kind of a cool annual goals thing. So I'm going to transfer my annual goals stuff to this page when I get that, in the mail. And then here, what I did was only paydays for the last year, the current year, and the next 2 years. Just to look out as far as if I wanted to plan when are the magic months, that kind of thing. Okay, and then this yearly spread, I've used the date dots to identify different like farming tasks. And then down here, I do some additional notes about what field or where we're at specifically. So we're kind of right in the middle of that. In the quarterly pages, I am recording my YouTube videos that I do. And then on this side, I just kind of went through my stickers and found some stuff that I had. And I'm doing kind of highlights. And even though some of these are negative things, but just kind of big things that happened in those months. And so obviously I started putting some things for May, as that's the month that we're currently in. And then Q3 and Q4 remain there. I have most recent measurements things that I just kind of put my kids' current height and weight and their percentiles. If I have them, because I don't know, random places they'll ask me how big my kids are, or how tall they are, or how much they weigh. And I'm like, I knew when they were little. I don't know. Just kind of pasted this picture of my husband and I in here. That was from the day when we won the farm auction and purchased that farm that is behind us that we closed on later that year, which was last year. And so this is the tracking stuff that I'm working on in May. Obviously, I plan to continue to use the trackers for that. Here I just did, I have some mild lanterns, which I don't use much at all. I bought them because they were available, but it's all super light colors, which isn't normally my jam. But anyway, so I put the mild liners in here that I have and their names, and I just put, this is from our church, and just put that in here. Here I've got my reading log. I just sort of transferred it over. The first 90 or so were in my journal, and then I moved into my cousin, and I got up to 117 using the extra monthly spreads in my cousin, and so I just moved over. I haven't read much in the last few days, but I did finish a book yesterday, so I put that. It took me a couple days to finish that book, which is not typical. Anyway, so I've got several pages here set up in different ways, just trying different things, covering what would be the December weekly spreads, I guess. Not all of them, obviously. So those are empty. Then, so this is kind of how I've been setting up my overview pages. So I've used the Moxie Life categories sort of system. I did the free printables and printed those off. And so I just kind of copied over here what I had in my cousin. And then I also went in and copied any information over for the monthlies that was pertinent, that was important, that I would want to look back and reference on the monthly. I did put most of the stuff in for the weeklies as well. And then so for the review, I do like just a thing in Canva that I print out on sticker paper of memories, pictures taken in the month, in that current month. So those are January memories. And then we go into kind of the same thing with my February goals, February monthly, February weeklies, February review. I did nothing with my goals in March. It happens, right? March memories and April goals. April monthly. Using some stickers when I could, but I was keeping it pretty. April memories reviewed, and then May. What I have for goals for this month, and then this is the current monthly. It was last week. I'm filming this on Sunday, so this is currently my week, and then the upcoming week. And I've got a few weeks into the future sort of set up. I was just, I have the framework here set up for what my kind of the June overview will look like in the May review. I'll add the sticker there at the end of the month when I get the pictures ready. I was just I ordered just a big pack of washi on Amazon, which I'd never done before because I wasn't sure how quality of washi it was, but I just wanted to try some out. So I've got some future pages set up. June review with July overview, kind of got that. I don't think I went the whole year, but I went the next couple months in setting this up, and then I'll evaluate and see how I like that setup. You can see big events. We plan on doing a weekend with our friends. My kiddo has a birthday party. I'm out of town that week, or a few days that week. And then nothing really, again, I have that birthday party on the weekly, but it's not that I don't, I do put things in. If I find a date, I will come in and put it in here. I just don't have much planned out that far. August monthly. And yeah, it doesn't, I think I did go in and put something, I think, in all of the monthlies, the review and the monthlies. Put in like the birthdays that I track, the payday stickers, the holidays that I had stickers for. And then, it's December. I have some scripts coming to put on the monthlies too. Okay, so then that was what I did for December review, and then I went in and I just started doing my daily pages. So when did I get this? Thursday, but I started doing the daily pages on Friday because I already had a daily list for the day. So I just kind of do a little bit of my time blocking, schedule, to-do list, any notes. I usually put in here if I bought anything or what I bought as a reminder to put it where I need to track. And also if I don't buy anything that day, then I can, you know, put no spend so that I know I can go back and put that stuff in when I get the dot markers. To-do list, schedule, and notes. And so I just set up the next couple days in here. Again, I'll go through, I'll see how I like it. One thing about this is like, so I'm obviously having to like number this, right? So my days don't need to start at 1 because it's a 1 to 24 timeline, which is fine. So I just typically start at about 6 a.m. and go to 10 p.m. And so I'm writing over it, but it's way, I don't have my cousin down here, but it's way, it's lighter and smaller and all gray. So it just covers a lot better than trying to write over the numbers and like the cousin did. So again, my planning is very functional. So I don't have a whole lot of, anyway, there's nothing in the rest of my dailies. I will have to decide if I'm going to date them ahead or date them as I go. And then I put it in here, a postcard. I got each of my kids when I was getting them, when we were in Gulf Shores, I grabbed 3 postcards just so they could have like a picture along with like a little toy or whatever my daughter picked out. But one of them was like, I'm just going to lose this. So I just put that in there. And then, yeah, so that is currently all that I have set up. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show how I'm using all of these initial pages and what I'm doing with them, since, you know, I said some stuff when I was in here, when I was setting it up, but then I did a lot of it off camera and just kind of spent some of my weekends working on that. So wanted to get back in here and show you what I had done. So thank you guys for watching. Happy Mother's Day to all of the moms out there. Hope that you had a wonderful day and did something fantastic for yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye.